Hey, this is John. I'm the wiring guy for Tone Merchants. I just want to show you the concentric potentiometer control plate that comes from Tone Merchants here. We got it mounted on a piece of wood for you. On the back we have some instructions on where to attach your neck and bridge pickups. Let's go ahead and open this guy up. We've got two alpha potentiometers in here, all pre-wired for you. We have this ground wire where all of your grounds will go to, pickup and bridge. Bridge hot, neck hot. You can go ahead and unscrew this and put it in your jazz bass and you're good to go. Now we'll be doing an install. Let's go ahead and remove the old control plate. Using my Weller 1010 soldering iron, we're going to go ahead and remove the hot wires from the pickup first. Heat up that lug until it turns liquid. Go ahead and pull them out. You can also clip the wires and then restrip them however you like. Now we have all the grounds going to a common ground on the back of the pot here. Sometimes that takes a minute to go ahead and heat up enough to get it hot enough. I always just put a little touch of solder on here to increase the surface area of my soldering iron and then touch it. You don't want to hold this on for more than maybe a 20-second count. That came right off. Now that's it. This control plate is completely separated now. Let's go ahead and remove the old control plate. All of these black wires are the two ground wires from the pickup and the one ground wire from the bridge. They can all be connected together. That's the best way to do it. That's called a star ground. The end of the wires that came off of the pickups, I'm going to go ahead and get any extra solder off of those. Double check and make sure that they're not frayed, that the insulation isn't melted through. And there's so much slack on these in most bases that you have room to go ahead and cut them shorter if you need to cut some off the end. We're going to take our brand new Tone Merchants Concentric pre-assembled wiring harness and attach it now. We have one wire here for all grounds, one wire here for the neck, and you see according to the instructions that the neck wire is going to be yellow and the bridge is going to be white. Also, the neck potentiometer is going to be the potentiometer closer to the neck. The bridge potentiometer is going to be the potentiometer closer to the bridge. Let's go ahead and start with the ground wires. I'm going to use one of these pieces of heat shrink tubing that was sent with the kit, and I'm going to slide it right over the ground wire that comes from the output jack on the Tone Merchants kit. The wire from Tone Merchants has already got some solder on it. We're going to go ahead and put a little bit of fresh solder on that. A little bit of fresh solder on the ground wires from the base. And we're going to go ahead and solder these together. I'm going to go ahead and slide up my heat shrink tubing, and we will hit that with a heat gun before we are finished. Now our bridge hot, we know is our bridge hot because it comes out closer from where the bridge is located in the body. The neck hot comes out closer to where the neck pickup is located in the body. So we're going to go ahead and take a piece of heat shrink tubing, slide it right over this neck potentiometer output lead. Let's do that same thing where we add just a little bit of solder to the lead on our potentiometer, a little bit of solder to the hot pickup lead, and heat these both up. You're going to touch the wires with the solder iron. Double check and look at it. Looks like everything's connected well. And let's slide that heat shrink tubing up over that. Now we're going to do the neck side. Same thing. Take our piece of heat shrink tubing, slide it on over. Put a little bit of fresh solder, which has fresh rosin, which cleans everything up, on our bridge hot wire, our control plate hot wire. Heat up both wires with this soldering iron. Look for a nice solid solder joint there. Slide that heat shrink tubing right up over that. I'm going to use a heat gun to shrink this wire, but you can use a lighter if you are very careful. Try not to hit the finish of the base with this. From here, I'm going to double check everything. It looks good. I'm going to fold the wires in here as neatly as possible. And let's go ahead and reinstall our plate. Turning everything up. We are right about ready to go ahead and test this. check that neck pickup. Turn the volume down on that. Neck pickup. Turn the volume down on the neck pickup. Alright. Bridge pickup. Volume down on the bridge pickup. And let's check the tone. Looks like we have a good working bass. And that's the install. Thank you, everybody.